Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer, and a huge, special hello to all our young learners tuning in. Take a quick look around you right now. Do you see a phone? Maybe a tablet? Or, one of those smart speakers sitting on the kitchen counter? Well, get ready, because today we're pulling back the curtain on the invisible magic that actually powers those devices and some of your absolute favorite everyday apps. We hear the term AI thrown around all the time, right? But what is actually going on inside our phones and computers? Let's break the whole thing down and discover the real-world superpowers hiding right in your pocket. Okay, let's just dive right in with a question. Have you ever logged into Netflix and noticed that the perfect movie, like something you really want to watch, is just sitting right there on the home screen waiting for you? It's not offering you some boring 3-hour documentary on the history of dirt, right? No, it somehow knows you want to watch that brand new cartoon about talking ninja dogs. So how do streaming services seem to magically read your mind and recommend the exact right show every single time?
And what about when you're in the car? How does Google Maps practically see into the future? It somehow knows there's a massive traffic jam 2 miles ahead of you, and it just automatically changes your route to help you avoid total gridlock. Is the app psychic? Is there a tiny traffic helicopter living inside your phone? Well, take a guess, because the real answer is actually way cooler than that.
So, the secret sauce behind all this magic is artificial intelligence, or AI. Let's just strip away all the scary sci-fi movie tropes with laser beams and glowing red eyes. AI is really just a field of computer science focused on creating incredibly smart machines. We're basically teaching computers to do tasks that normally require a human brain, things like learning from data, reasoning, and solving really complex problems. It's kind of like giving a computer a superbrain, but instead of being made of squishy cells like ours, this superbrain is made entirely out of computer code.
Think of the whole AI family tree like a set of those wooden Russian nesting dolls. You know the ones where you open the biggest doll and there's a smaller one tucked inside? The biggest outside doll is computer science. You open that up, and inside you find data science. Open that one, and inside is artificial intelligence. And nestled right in the very middle, the absolute core of it all, is a very special, specific type of AI called machine learning. Machine learning is the invisible engine driving almost all of the really cool tech we use today.
So, here's the absolute game changer about machine learning. Instead of human programmers sitting there typing out millions of lines of code with specific rules for every single possible scenario, we actually let the computer learn entirely on its own. Imagine trying to write down every single rule to describe what a cat looks like to a computer. Pointy ears, whiskers, fur, a tail. It would take forever. Instead, we just feed the computer vast amounts of data, like thousands and thousands of pictures of cats. The computer identifies patterns and relationships to make predictions, without us explicitly programming it to do so. To wrap our heads around how this actually works, you just need to remember this incredibly simple 3-step recipe: data, model, action. First, we feed the computer data, let's say 10,000 pictures of different birds. Second, the computer builds a model by finding the patterns. It looks closely at all those pictures and learns what a beak, wings, and feathers look like. Third, it takes action. When you show it a brand new picture it has never ever seen before, it uses its model to predict if it's a bird or not. And when it guesses right, it's like a massive victory. Way to go, AI!
Think about training a guide dog. Seriously, training a machine learning model is super similar to training a smart, loyal guide dog. Through tons of training and past experience, a guide dog learns to heel at a red light or safely lead its master around tricky obstacles on the sidewalk. When it does a good job, boom, it gets a treat. Once the dog is fully trained, it can make really good, safe decisions in completely unsupervised situations. AI does the exact same thing, but instead of tasty treats, it uses data.
Okay, this is probably my favorite part. One of the absolute coolest ways an AI trains is, honestly, by playing video games. This amazing method is called reinforcement learning. Instead of just looking at boring static data, the AI continuously improves by exploring a virtual environment and getting a score. It learns the value of different actions through plain old trial and error, getting rewards for good choices and penalties for bad ones. And sure, the AI might fail and get a game over 1,000 times in a row, but because it's a super fast computer, it can literally do those 1,000 tries in just a few seconds.
Let's look at good old Pac-Man to see how a specific type of reinforcement learning, called Q-learning, actually works in the wild. The AI starts exploring the maze. If it eats a power pill, its score, which we call its Q level, basically a digital scorecard right inside its brain, goes up. But if it makes a mistake and hits a ghost, its score drops. By remembering the rewards and penalties of literally every single move it has ever made, the AI automatically figures out the absolute best path to win the game, completely on its own.
AI can also learn just by grouping similar things together, which is a method known as clustering. Imagine being the brand new kid at school walking into a crowded cafeteria. Who would you sit with? Well, you might look at the kids sitting closest to you to figure out where you fit in. If 3 kids are geeks playing a card game, one is a skater and one is a jock, this algorithm, which is actually called K-nearest neighbors, predicts you'll group yourself with the geeks based on who is physically closest to you. AI groups massive amounts of data points the exact same way to spot trends and make matches.
Section 1. 2 types of AI. Guessing versus creating.
All right, so now that we know how computers learn, let's look at what they can actually do with all that knowledge. Right now, there are 2 main flavors of AI that are completely changing our world. Think of them like 2 very different superheroes. First, we have predictive AI, which acts like a super smart detective. It uses historical data to estimate what is highly likely to happen next, like guessing tomorrow's weather. Then we have generative AI. This one is our brilliant artist. It learns the deep patterns of existing things to create totally brand new original content. We're talking about writing a funny poem from scratch, composing a new song, or painting a masterpiece that has literally never existed before.
Let's look at generative AI first, because this one has some incredibly fun superpowers. Large language models, or LLMs, like ChatGPT, can act as your personal, super smart brainstorming buddy to help write amazing fantasy stories or even write computer code for a game. Tools like Midjourney can start with what looks like random static noise and gradually create a brand new, custom piece of digital artwork based entirely on a text prompt. A prompt is basically just a sentence you type in, almost like casting a magic spell. You type "a purple cat riding a skateboard on Mars," and boom, it creates it.
Section 2. Real-world superpowers. Predictive AI. While generative AI gets a lot of the shiny spotlight right now for being so flashy, predictive AI is the invisible workhorse running quietly in the background of our everyday lives. Bringing it back to our Netflix question from earlier, here is the big secret. Netflix uses predictive AI. It feeds tiny, invisible details into its incredibly complex algorithm. Your exact viewing history, what time of day you usually watch TV, whether you're on a massive TV screen or a tiny tablet, and what thousands of other viewers with similar tastes enjoy. In the blink of an eye, it does millions of mathematical calculations to predict what you'll like best, putting it right at the top left of your screen. Awe-inspiring, right?
And that brings us to our other mystery, Google Maps. Maps uses this advanced machine learning called graph neural networks. It combines historical traffic patterns, like knowing a certain road is always jammed at 5 p.m., with live feedback from other drivers and government data about speed limits or sudden construction. This is where teamwork comes in. The AI is essentially talking to all the other phones on the road in real time. By sharing all that information, it predicts a traffic jam before it even starts and automatically reroutes you safely around it.
But hey, it's not just the apps on your phone. Huge global companies lean on these exact same predictive AI models to run massive operations. Tesla uses real-time traffic data and deep neural networks to power self-driving cars that can safely avoid highway crashes. Amazon uses AI to predict what products people are going to buy, and they even use AI-driven robots in their giant warehouses. Just picture hundreds of these little robots zipping around a warehouse the size of 10 football fields, moving in a perfectly synchronized high-speed dance to instantly sort, package, and deliver your orders straight to your door.
Now I know hearing about cars driving themselves and giant warehouses full of smart robots might sound a tiny bit intimidating. But here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. AI is not a replacement for us. It's a collaborator. Think of it like Iron Man's suit. The AI in the suit can do all the boring, lightning-fast math and heavy lifting, but it's Tony Stark inside the suit who has the imagination, the intuition, and the creativity to actually save the day. AI is a tool designed to support us, taking over repetitive tasks so our human minds can dream bigger.
We've seen how AI helps us find the perfect movies, escape massive traffic jams, and even paint incredible pictures right from scratch. So I want to leave you with this one final super exciting thought. You are the lucky generation that gets to grow up with this amazing technology right at your fingertips. If you had your very own AI assistant right now, a super brain ready to help you solve literally any problem, what amazing thing would you invent? Keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep exploring, because you are the ones who will build our AI future.